Even sportscasters are entitled to their opinion. Hi, I'm Rebecca Brayton and welcome to WatchMojo.com. And today we're speaking with TSN hockey analyst James Duthie to get his take on all things sports. Most starstruck you've ever been?
You don't get too impressed with athletes when you're around them all the time. But the first time I met Tiger Woods, I was in a washroom at the Masters at Augusta in, I think, 2002. And I was actually at the urinal. And a small washroom, like 3 urinals. And I hear the door open and it's Tiger Woods. And he cozies up to the urinal next to me. And I was I'd never met the guy before. I'd been in news conferences, but that was all. So I was like, wow, it's Tiger Woods. What do I say? I'm at a urinal. What do I say? Because there's urinal etiquette with men. All I could come up with as he was strolling up to the urinal was, good luck, because it was the Saturday of the Masters. He was about to play golf. So he's sort of unzipping his pants, and I say, good luck. And Tiger says to me, he chuckles and he says, it's okay, I do this several times a day. I should be okay. Which I thought was pretty darn funny for this stone-faced golfer on the morning of the Masters. So I guess that was the one time I was a little bit intimidated.
Best player or coach turned broadcaster?
You see, I'm biased because I have so many of them on the panel. Peter Laviolette, who's the coach of the Flyers now, was fantastic. Both Michael Peck and Matthew Barnaby, my new guys I love. I loved John Tortorella for the 1 year we had him. Even though he wasn't your typically great broadcaster, but he was so honest and so opinionated that it was really refreshing.
He's just selfish. That's what he is. It's gotten so bad here. He's embarrassed himself. He's embarrassed his organization. More importantly, he's embarrassed his teammates who have to kind of look out for him here now.
Torts had no edit button, so he'd just say whatever the heck he wanted, which was incredibly refreshing.
Explain to us the Jeter meter.
At the height of Derek Jeter's success, I don't think it applies so much anymore. He's getting a lot of flack, but back, 7, 8 years ago when they'd won 3 straight world championships and he was dating Miss Universe and had a $1 zillion contract, I came up with the Jeter meter as a way for all other males to compare themselves. Where do you rank on the Jeter meter of success? Because at that point in time, he was kind of like the ultimate guy. I mean, every guy who was in sports would strive to beat Derek. So the Jeter meter is a place where you can point yourself. And I did a comparison just to give people a basis. You have to have a basis point. I compared myself to Derek Jeter. So for example, Derek Jeter dating Miss Universe. James Duthie, once rejected by Miss Bud Light Daytona Beach. Things like that. Derek Jeter, $28 million contract. James Duthie, 1 more stamp for free sub at Subway. Those kind of things. So I think it's something that all men can somehow measure themselves against.
Most overrated player or coach?
The most overrated players are usually in Toronto, simply because Toronto in general just overrates all the talent they have. You get a guy like Thomas Caberlet. Everybody says, well, we got Thomas Caberlet, we can trade him for 2 first-rounders. The rest of the league is saying, no, this guy's only worth a second-rounder. Dion Phaneuf might be one of the more overrated players right now in the National Hockey League because he was so great at the beginning of his career, but just hasn't done much the last couple of years.
Is there one athlete you look up to the most?
If I had to give you one player, he was one of the first guys I got to meet in the business, Daniel Alfredson in Ottawa. I interviewed him. I just started in sports in Ottawa, and he was a rookie, and one of the first stories I did was on him. And he was 22 years old and just incredibly classy. And now, whatever it is, 15 years later, he's exactly the same. I admire the fact he's stayed in one community, he's given a ton back to the community, he's been loyal to his team, and he shows up on every night. And those are the kind of athletes I admire.
Most memorable career moment outside of hockey?
The Olympics, which sort of ties into hockey, I guess. Last year that was the best experience by far of my broadcasting career, just because it was such an amazing 2 weeks. We were doing the panel before overtime of the gold medal game and I said to Bob McKenzie, I said, well, this is the only time we're ever going to do a panel that's watched by 25 million people. So it's a little bit hard to go back to a Nashville, Minnesota hockey game on a Thursday night after doing that.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much.